Well, I got the old blue machine out, finished doing a little bit of welding where the new flares meet the original quarter back here. Everything looks great. I went back over everything with a 80 grit disc, gave it some roughed in marks. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take my panel bond, the stuff that you've seen me use in the past when I'm gluing metal together. I'm gonna take that and use it just like a body filler, and I'm gonna go over where I TIG welded the quarter panel on. I planished it and TIG welded it, but when I was grinding it, there's a few spots that I see that I missed. I went back over everything with the sandblaster and blasted my bead down to where I know I got all the carbon and stuff out of it. But I'm gonna go over it this time with panel bond instead of fiberglass. I always fiberglass over my welds, but for some reason, in 30 years, I just had that problem that you saw on the old Bronco. I fixed it, still not sure exactly what happened, but just backtracking and doing everything that I can, panel bond. I'm gonna do the panel bond, put it down, make sure it's smooth, and then I'm gonna dress it with 36 grit, 80 grit, then I'm gonna come back over it with my body filler, and then we'll finish this quarter panel. Other side's ready to go. Got it blasted this morning, so let's go ahead and smear some panel bond on this. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up really good, like the nozzle would have. And then we'll put it on just like body filler, except for we're gonna put it on really thin. Now this has nothing to do with holding this panel on. The panel is TIG welded, planished out. All I'm doing is filling in some of the voids that may be in the welding process to block any kind of contaminant that may have gotten in the weld that I did not get out all the way. Now I've never done this before with panel bond, but a good friend told me it works twice or 100 times better than fiberglass. Well, there we have it. Not sure if it's overkill, but all I know is that I never want to have a repeat problem like I had on the Bronco. So an old wise man told me that does body work for a living and has for 35 years, that when this stuff came out, they quit wiping fiberglass over welds and they started wiping this over it, and they never had any comebacks. So you know what? I learned from my mistakes and other people's mistakes. I did a really good job welding it on. I took my time. I didn't distort anything. We made all these patch panels in here, and we put a nice used door jamb in. I'll sand that smooth, and then we'll go over it with the body work. Overkill 101. All right, so I'm super excited on how the panel bond came down. I've already got it sanded down. So now I'm ready to go over this with my body filler, get this whole quarter all smooth back on. All I need to do is weld in this piece that we made, and we'll move on to the next step. Super excited. I got some parts in that I ordered for my birthday, the suspension pan. Getting ready to weld those on, and we'll get this thing, hopefully this winter, get the body work done and get this thing jammed in or painted all the way this winter. We'll get the new motor in, we'll get this thing all hooked together, and we're gonna go for a ride. Bucket list car, guys. Not a hot ride to you, but it's a hot ride to me. Okay, we finally got our parts in from Restoration Design out of Canada. But let's open this box and let's see what's inside. I know it's a high quality part because that's all they make. And I hope it's easy to put in. All right, so here's the piece that we've been looking for and waiting on. It's the front suspension pan. In my car, the battery went bad on the car, leaked down into the pan, rusted out all of this area up in here. And that's what we needed. All of these are in the factory locations. Get this thing welded in with the little bit of lining up that we need to do, and this should bolt right back in and not have to worry about the car going down the road sideways. So it's not going to be a fun thing to put in. You've never put a front suspension pan in a Porsche, then we're on the same team, because I haven't either. We're going to learn this together, and hopefully we'll get through it without losing any digits. Ought to be a fun project for us. All right, also, I got a new front floor. My floor is just a little weak, but this one should be what we need. And the gas tank support, which goes on top of the suspension pan, holds the gas tank in. It'll go in kind of like that. Battery sits over here. Battery came down through here, ate all of this up, ate down inside of here, and then went down and ate up all the suspension pan. And it sat there like that for 10, 15 years while the car was sitting, and you know, nobody knew it. But you can't drive around with the suspension hanging out from underneath it.
All right, now that we got our early Christmas present with the Porsche parts getting here, it's time to get back on this thing and see if we can't get it ready to go to Cars and Coffee this spring. Hey, it may not be perfect, the interior may not be finished in it, but anyway, we can get started on the body work, move on down the line with it before that motor has a birthday sitting on the engine stand. So anyway, if you like the Porsche, stick around, we got some more videos coming. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate everything you do. Give the video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Want to take this time and wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and don't forget the reason for the season. If you got any time between now and Christmas and you're not out shopping, then get out in the garage and go build something. See you guys in the next episode. Spanky's gone.